So, as many of you know, I am the co-host of Locked On Phoenix Suns. You can kind of see it right there. Let's start it off like this. I know at times I can come off as a little bit of a contrarian. It's not what I'm trying to do, but what I want to do on this show is give you hard-hitting thoughts and opinions. What I want to do is make you think, well, that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure I believe it, but that's kind of interesting. What you won't get on this show is, Kevin Durant's awesome. He's just so good. Oh, man, I could just watch his highlights all day. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not pom-pom waving. Both teams, Cardinals and the Suns, have been in turmoil for the last couple of years. So what I'm trying to do is find the solution. However, there's a million avenues you could go. And I've talked about everything on Locked On Phoenix Suns with my guy Brendan Clean. Talked about Booker, his shortcomings this year. I was the one leading the charge at no. He's not an all-star. Well, call me a Booker fanboy if you want. I didn't say that. I've never once said he's the best shooting guard in the NBA right now. I'd still take Anthony Edwards over him. So the fanboy thing is just often overused for this team when you're covering them. So over the weekend, I put out a thing that said, is Kevin Durant negatively affecting Devin Booker? Maybe I could have worded it a little bit nicer, but it was my Saturday. I was going out on a walk with my wife. I was getting a coffee. That's my day I don't work. And I put something out because we did a show with Jason Timpf. His Twitter thing is _JasonLT. And I asked him, it says, Kevin Durant negatively affecting Devin Booker. Doesn't seem like the same guy. Is he taking on the worst traits of Kevin Durant? I could have been nicer about it. I wasn't doing so. Oh, it's engagement baiting. No, it's not. I would like you to engage with it, but it's not. It's not what I do. And then, of course, when I put it out there, I knew, God, this is going to be the one that Kevin Durant sees. And for those of you that don't know, when Kevin Durant responds to you, normally he's in your DMs as well. It's happened with pretty much everyone I know that's had Kevin Durant go after them. And what I don't like that Kevin Durant did is he oftentimes does this. He will put out a tweet out there like this one, bunch of laughing emojis. My thing wasn't that funny. And Cloud Garcia is funny. And when you see this, he ended up actually deleting it. Because what Kevin Durant does is he's got rabbit ears, he's a little bit sensitive, he hears everything. He responds back to you, calls you whatever name he wants to call you, which is fine. I'm not offended by that. I couldn't care less what Kevin Durant has to say about me. He sends his goon posse after you. They let you have it, and he deletes his tweet. So it doesn't come back on him, or potentially someone doesn't see it. Puts it up there for a couple hours, and then he deletes it. Make sure people see it, go after you, send his little goon posse that does everything they can to love and adore Kevin Durant. Here's my issue. Is nothing Kevin Durant's fault? Nothing. Is it because he's averaging, 27 and 8, nothing is Kevin Durant's fault? What do I owe you as a Suns fan? Legitimately, what do I owe you? I don't owe you anything. You've given this team 6 playoff wins. Now, oftentimes people cite that 2023 playoff run and say, oh man, why didn't they build around this? Kevin Durant was not very efficient in his first playoff run with the Suns. Believe me, I remember watching and going, man, I feel like they could get more out of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has no goodwill stocked up in this team. Devin Booker does. Devin Booker did not leave this team when bleep hit the fan years ago. And you know what he did over the weekend? Double, triple, quadruple downed on it. I want to be here. Kind of hard for me to get mad at that in that moment. What I know is since Kevin Durant has showed up, the team has taken a nosedive. First year, they made it to the playoffs and they won 6 games and got blown out by the Nuggets. But the problem is anything ever Kevin Durant's fault? He's got 27 and 8 is not his fault. What do you want me to do? Hold Royce O'Neal accountable? You're the superstar. You're the guy that the Suns had a pep rally for when he was traded here. I don't owe you anything. And so, yeah, I look at Devin Booker and I think, is he the same guy? And I'm more than willing to think, no, he's still the same guy. That wouldn't shock me at all. But what drives me crazy is not being able to ask the question. And so this Suns team, they're pitiful. And you know what the Suns do? The Phoenix Suns, which is why I asked this question, has Kevin Durant negatively affected Devin Booker? You take on the personality of your best player. Kevin Durant is without a doubt the best player on the Phoenix Suns. And they take on the personality of your best player. Every team does that. Celtics, Jason Tatum, just kind of head down and grind. Aaron here, exactly. I'm sorry, Ivan here. Yes, what have you done for Phoenix? It's a great question, Ivan. I don't know. Also, it was great to interact with you on Twitter over the weekend. You were some fun. In this sport of the NBA, because it's so superstar driven, you take on the personality of your best player. Lakers, best player on their team is probably Luka Doncic. They're in for a little bit of a culture change. Granted, LeBron James is out right now. 4-game losing streak until, of course, they played the Phoenix Suns, which we'll get to that in just a second. But the Phoenix Suns, not just Devin Booker, have taken on the personality of their best player, Kevin Durant. Kind of lackadaisical. Right now, at this point in their career, he's not an elite level defender. They're not a great defender. The effort's not there. They follow his lead. And when things are going bad, Kevin Durant turtle shells. We've seen that over and over again. And what happens with this Suns team? They turtle shell. When things go bad, they turtle shell. And Kevin Durant, who the team's personality they take on because he's their best player, what does he do? I don't want to be a leader. This is almost his favorite saying. Why do I have to be the leader? Devin Booker should be the leader of this team, but since he's not the best player, that's really hard to do so. So what do teams naturally do? Take on the personality of their best player, and that being Kevin Durant. Every team does that. Look at the Celtics. They're molded and done like Jason Tatum. They're a two-way team. The Lakers for years with LeBron James, who is their leader. You could argue the Luka Doncic thing, but he hasn't been there for very long. Both sides of the court, get a bucket, get a stop. We're going to get down to the basket, get to the free throw line. Oklahoma City Thunder, they almost are legitimately SGA. The Phoenix Suns are very similar to their play style and who they are to Kevin Durant. Just who they are. And so excuse me for asking the question, has Kevin Durant negatively affected Devin Booker? I shouldn't say that. Has Kevin Durant negatively affected the entire team? You know, it's a great point, Ivan. Yesterday, Luka Doncic said, I've never been so open in my life. Is that not embarrassing for you? Instead of saying you're not going to get that call in the playoffs after fouling Luka Doncic, why don't you just get out on him? What's really frustrating is you're really busy on social media, and it's, you know, at this point I saw Devin Booker do it too. Kevin Durant's, I don't know, buddy or whatever, from what I've been told. I don't know the guy at all. I don't have any ill will towards him, but his name's something Gonzalez. I forgot his name. But on social media, he tagged me in Devin Booker going after a fan last night and just put the IRL, and the whole social media world thought it was funny. I didn't think so. That's something Kevin Durant would do. And so his buddy, Kevin Durant's buddy, I'm assuming it's his buddy. I don't know. Guy could be lying. I don't know. He tagged me and said, yeah, I think you might have been right at Ben Garcia's show. Of course, he was saying it tongue-in-cheek. He's not being serious. He's kind of a troll in that sense. And I'm like, it's kind of a self-own, because that does kind of lean into my point. Has Kevin Durant negatively affected Devin Booker? But let me just open it up. Has Kevin Durant negatively affected Devin Booker? I don't know. I think what a better question is, has Kevin Durant negatively affected the entire team? Because teams take on the personality of their best player. And Kevin Durant is the best player on this team, not Devin Booker. And they're lackadaisical, bit of aloof, kind of emotional. And when things get tough, they turtle shell. And that's what Kevin Durant has done. And because he is the proverbial leader of this team, because he's the best player of this team, that also takes a hit because he doesn't want to be a leader. So listen, I know you're not allowed to take shots at Kevin Durant, or you're not allowed to say, well, I don't know. Should we talk about Kevin Durant? Are you allowed to criticize him? Does he ever do anything wrong? Whatever. Clown Garcia is here to stay. So, I also thought it was incredibly lame to delete your tweet. Going after me. If you're gonna say what you want to say it. That's what I did, and I'm not going to go after someone personally. I'm never gonna use profanity going after someone, but I'm gonna put a sports take out there and a sports opinion. You want to put yours out there towards me? That's fine. Don't delete yours. I find that more insulting than the tweet, which was not insulting at all. So I didn't expect to talk about that for that long, nor did I want to. But it just came off a bunch of decent points that I was making, and I was just on a roll there. So, frustrating. Also, Aaron, that's a really good comparison. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. So, very frustrating that we had to deal with that over the weekend. The Phoenix Suns losing once again. It's also just, is no one embarrassed? The effort's not there. You have Luka Doncic on mic saying, I've never been so open in my life. Is that not embarrassing to you? Also, just so we're clear, Devin Booker was awful again yesterday too. Worse than Kevin Durant. So, listen, you want your fair slice of humble pie? There you go. So, King Nacho's doing his best impression going after Beal, and it might be warranted this time around. Very frustrating. The Phoenix Suns continue to lose games. I'm not so sure what they're trying to do. And at this point, I would just put Beal on ice. I don't know how much longer you can deal with this nonsense. If you're going to trade Kevin Durant over the offseason, it looks like you're going to, you might as well just preserve that guy and put him on ice. Bradley Beal, put him on ice too. I just don't want to see him anymore. Just let Devin Booker play it out. Outside of that, I'm so sick and tired of this team.